Welcome to our second lesson of DaVinci Resolve. In this lesson, we are going to show you all about the interface and workspace you need to know about. So, without any further ado, let's just hop onto the lesson by showing you how the interface and workspace works in DaVinci Resolve. As you open up DaVinci Resolve on your desktop, this is the type of interface opens up, right? So first thing what I'm going to be doing is going to be making an untitled project. So this is the untitled project and this is the workspace. If you've seen my past lesson, you already know about this, okay? Now, first things first is that we have different type of sections in DaVinci Resolve for different type of works. Well, those are basically 7 different sections. First is media, cut, edit, fusion, color, fairlight, and then deliver. This is the last, so I'm going to start off with the media. And I'm also going to be showing you all about the tabs and what type of tools it contains, because we are going to learn everything there is about its interface and its workspace. First thing, when you open up DaVinci, you will basically show up, or it will open up in the cut section, okay, or the cut platform. Here, it's basically, you see the media pool over here. It allows you to import your videos. This is basically kind of like a project panel, okay, where all of your medias are going to show up so that we can start working with it, okay? My new workspace, right? Now, as I have my new workspace, first off, I need a media to show you each and every one of these workspaces, which, DaVinci offers you. So first thing, if I need to upload or import a media, what you can do is go off the media and search up where it basically is. Now you can see that we have this one, and we also have this one. Now it's going to show you where you kept your files. Now I have attached in a resource file which I'm going to be using in this whole lesson or in this whole course, so you can also use them if you want to. So what I'm going to be doing is going to be opening it up. Now first thing, you can see that I have selected this OCC or my C drive, and then I'm going to do is going to be showing you where I kept it, or I have to search where I have kept it. You can do the same thing, you can zoom in and out. You can also keep it on list view or grid view, however you want. So first thing what I'm going to be doing is going to be finding out where I have my resource file. Now, to find my resource file, what I'm going to be doing over here is that I'm going to find out the folder, okay? So first off, what you can do is that you can just keep the folder in a specific part of, any video, and you'll be able to find them out whenever you want to. Now you can see that over here, I'm going to do is just refresh this file, and I'm going to do is search for it. So I'm going to do is just, you can see the resources over here. And if I click on resources, you will basically see there are a couple of these videos which I'm going to be using. And you're going to have all of these videos on my resource file. You'll be able to use them too. It's basically up to you how you want to use it. If you need help, you can try using them. Okay, now whenever I hover over any of these videos, you can see on each frame it's given me a preview on my player. Works the same way on each and every one of them. See, this is one of the interesting factor about using DaVinci Resolve. Okay, you can see this is how it will look like. So if I want to use any one of them, I'm just going to do is drag one of them. I'm going to do is when you want to put it on your timeline panel, you'll basically see that project or change project frame rate. If you want to change it, you can. If you don't want to change it, you can also keep it the way you want it. So I'm going to do is keep it not change. And this is basically my project panel, which even if I go to cut, it will stay there. So you might think that this is the timeline panel, but this is not. This is basically my resource panel where I can get all of my resources. I can import anything, and then I can drag it directly into my project panel, which appears up on the cut section. Okay, now if I want to use all of them, I can drag all of them over here, and all of them will be available on this section. Okay, you can also do the same thing. You can sort them out, grid or list view. You can see the frames, you can see the end, the start, everything. Okay, if you want that, you can do that. You can also fit them according to the way you want to. So this is basically the media panel or the media workspace where you'll be able to import your media. It also gives you this player over here, where you'll be able to play any video to see how it works. You can see, and you can also play it when you hit on space. So you also have media storage, the clone tool. So this is basically the media storage. And if you want to clone anything, you can also add in job clone. Well, I'm not going to go through that because it is a bit complex if you're quite new to it. And this is basically the master panel where you're going to show. You can also zoom in and out. You can also keep it the way you want to. If you want info, you can also keep a list or grid view. You can also sort it out the way you want to. It's basically up to you how you want to work with it. But keep it the way basically it is, so it will just give you, a lot more beginner-friendly interface to work with. From here on the master panel, you'll be able to use the smart bins, the keywords, and also you can also get out like collections of your videos. So basically, we are done with this media platform. Now let's go off to the cut platform. Now, one thing you can see that when I shift off to each and every one of these sections, the tabs or the tools under the tabs change. So if I go off to cut, you can see there are different ones over here. So, but one thing is that I have already applied all of the medias from the project manager or media storage into my project panel. So if I go off to cut, you can see my project panel is still the same. Now what I can do is also sort it from here, keep it the way I want to, and also I can also get like different type of previews of each and every frame. So it's basically up to me how I want it to be like. Okay, now you can see that couple of them has audios. So whichever video or which video has audio in it, it will give you this type of, this icon over each and every one of the videos. Okay, as you can see, this one doesn't have any audio, so it doesn't have that icon. Neither does this. From here, you'll be able to shift off to the master tab. You can see this is basically a like short form of master tab. From here, you will be able to import your media, import media folder, and sync clips, and also relink your media the way you want to. So as we already have the media pool, or so-called the project panel, then we have a sync the bin. You can also sync it if you want to, and you'll basically see it on the master. Why? Because it's going to show you each and every one of them in each and if like different cameras, okay? Or each and every different, POV, or even let's say it's just different type of monitors. Then we have the transitions. You can go off the transitions and apply all of them over here. There's like a vast amount of transitions which you'll be able to use in DaVinci Resolve. Then we have his titles, a whole different section just for titles, and they also have a couple of effects or presets. Well, these are also applied by Fusion, but I'm gonna go step by step. If you want to apply any effect on your video, your text, or even any medias, you can go through these options over here. It's going to give you a vast source or vast resource of these effects, which you'll be able to use. And obviously, if you keep on downloading and keep on updating your software, is also going to keep on updating whichever is new to, DaVinci Resolve. So try using them, find out the one which you have to use, and because there's like a lot of them. And this is not just basically the effects, this is just Fusion effects, FX blur. There are different categories, but you can also make your own one with Fusion composition. So you can try doing that. So basically we're done with this. Let's go off the media pool. Now I'm going to do is just apply one of them to my, timeline panel. So basically this is my timeline panel, and you can see this is where it starts from. You might see this is how it looks like. And you can see that we have a couple of space over here, but you don't have to worry. This is where it is going to start from, because there it is. We have two playheads over here, which I can use. One is to, go through the whole thing, and another one is to go through the specific, let's say video. So try using that. And then we have different type of views: smart insert, then we have is append, ripple override, close up, place on top, source override. Let's say I want to place on top or anything. Let's say I can click on that. I'm going to do is just place on top, and it will place on the top. Okay, so you can try using that, and I'm going to do is just drag it over here. You can also append it if you want to. It will just take you right on the other corner. And you can see over here we have append, and the other one is smart insert. You can also insert smart ones, 3 of them over here. You can see this is basically how it will work. Okay, now you can see each and every one of them has been overridden, so it doesn't show you something like, the different video. So try using these options. These are quite, fun to use, but if it still seems complex, you can just follow each and every one of the steps. And if you want to delete anything, just press on delete and it will be deleted from your workspace. So basically now you know about this workspace 2 on the cut. On the left side, we have like the same type of thing, which is basically the timeline option. Then we have a timeline actions. If you want to detect, cut any scene. Then we also have trims. This is video 2 or V2, which is basically a different playhead or a different, section just to see the whole thing. But if you want frames, you have a whole different timeline, which is kind of more different and more advantageous than other softwares. Because if you've used Premiere Pro, you can only see one timeline panel, but it offers you 2, one for the track, one for the frames. So you can do that. And we also have separate tracks for audios and videos. You can also reduce or remove, mute it, and also disable the track, enlarge the track, lock the track, everything. Okay, so you can try using them. And you can obviously see the play header or the player over here. Now we are basically done with our cut section or our cut part 2. So let's move on to our edit section or our edit platform. You can see we have this option over here. If I copied it, I'm going to do is just cancel, Control C, Control V. I'm going to do is just take it over here. I want it to play on this platform too. If you want it to play on this one, you can also apply another video and check it how it looks like. This is basically one of our player, and there we have the secondary player. You can also drag it over here if you want to, but now we have one only, so I'm going to do is just paste another one over here. You can see this is now playing because we have another one over here. If I remove that, you can see the bottom one has also been removed, because we have, or we're going to only use audios in the secondary section, because you can see this is audio 1, audio 2, video 1, video 2. And why do you think this is audio 1 and why is this audio 2 like the opposite? It's the opposite because on videos it overlays another one, but in audio it depends on how you adjust it. So if you apply any video, if you want to overlay any video or any photo, what you're going to do is put it on top. But if you want to keep another one on top to make it visible, make sure to keep that media on top of another one. Okay, so try using that option. From here, you will also be able to apply effects, the index, the sound library. You can get access to that. And obviously, DaVinci Resolve gives you a free sound library, which you can download. Click on download and it will get you to the web browser. From there, you'll be able to download whichever one you like. You can see this is the one which, this is the website. First off, log in with your account and then you'll be able to download it. And if you have any latest downloads of your software, you can go off to this latest downloads. You can download any free ones. Try your own OS, and then you'll be able to see that your software has been downloaded without doing anything. Okay, so this is basically how it looks like, and this is the edit panel. From here you'll be able to edit all of these options, and here is where you're gonna do is cut, copy, trim, split, splice, everything. You have these options: blade, we have trim mode, another edit trim mode. So these are these options: append, and all of those: insert clip, overwrite, replace, snapping, then link selection, position lock, flags, markers, full extent zoom, detail zoom, custom zoom. You can also zoom in and out using these options. As we do not have another track, header, over here. So you're gonna do is just use one, which you can see the whole thing, and then you can zoom in and out. You can fix out the sound. So basically, this is it for our edit panel or our edit workspace. Now, this is the Fusion, which is one of the most complex part. Well, we're gonna show it to you later on, but this is where all of your magic happens. Okay, you can just apply more transitions, apply more effects, smooth transitions and everything. You can apply through these options. You can play it up and also, just see how it looks like. We have a couple of process modes: frames, media source, the layers, the image, audio, the settings, tools and modifiers, median one, source, color space, gamma space, all of them. Okay, you can lock in and out, and this is basically the composition panel where you're going to compose it the way you want to with Fusion. So I'm not going to show you, I'm not going to give you an example right now because it takes a bit of time, but I have a whole different lesson, separate lesson just about Fusion. So make sure not to skip any part. I'm just showing you the workspace, and on the top we have nodes, which you will be able to use to, see which composition, or this is basically the nodes, which you can see over here. You'll be able to customize it the way you want to. And if you don't want to see it on your workspace, you can click on that and it will be, just collapsed. Okay. And the next one we have over here is the color space, from where you are going to start up your color grading. Now you also have nodes over here, which you will be able to apply, but we have all of these color wheels, the wavelength, fixing your YRGB, and also your keyframes. So it might look a bit complex because kind of it is, but I'm going to assure you by the end of this course, you'll be able to, use it freely. But one thing is that if you have any new idea, if you are fiddling through the workspace, you will learn a lot more, and do not hesitate to, spend some time. So basically the first thing is that make sure you have a good PC. Secondly is that make sure you update your software most of the time. Third is that you practice on, and the fourth is the time invested on this. The more investment or the more time you give on the software, the better you're going to get with time. Then we have our clips over here. You'll be able to see your clips, which clip you're using. You also have LUTs, which you'll be able to use. And there's also a vast amount of LUT in DaVinci Resolve, which you'll be able to apply whenever you want. You can see this is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. This is how it looks like. So just fill through these options and you will basically find out your own tool. There are also a couple of these tools over here, which, matches up with this workspace. Then we have a sphere light. Now, this is one of the most, let's say, easiest to understand, but really complex to fix it up. It's basically the audio section where you are going to apply SFX or sound effects in your workspace or in your video. You're going to customize it the way you want to. You can fix in the waves. You can fix in, effects. You can fix in with your, the adjusters, the mixers, the meters, everything. You can also apply ADR, sound library, all of them. Okay. So fiddle through these options. You will find out the one which you need to use. If you click on that again, it will be, it will just disappear, but you can also collapse them again. You can also use these options over here, fix in your equalizer, dynamics, effects, order, input, everything is over here, just about audio. And the last one which you see over here is called the deliver. It's the deliver because it is the end of, or let's say the last step of your composition. You have to deliver it, right? So you're going to get all of those options about deliver over here in the sections. Now I'm going to show it to you why. Let's say you are done with everything. Now you want to deliver it to someone. Okay. Now you can also fix in your export, like what type of resolution you want. You can also fix it on where you want to, upload it. YouTube, Vimeo, Twitter or X, TikTok, presentation, all of them, Premiere Pro, you can do that. You can just directly send it to, or deliver it to that software, or you can upload it directly to. You can name up your file. You can save where you want to on your device. You can render. You can also render single clips or individual clips. Then we have is video, audio, or file, which one you customize. If you want to customize your video before exporting it, let's say you want to fix the formats, you want to fix the codec, you want to fix the encoder, resolution, then the frame rates, keyframes, all of them, you want to save it. You can also go up to advanced settings such as ICQ control, rate control, presets, which one you're using, then entropy coding, ECM. Then we also have gamma tag and all of these options over here, subtitle settings, everything about video which you need in a software. And then we have the audio settings, and then we also have the file settings, how you want to save it as, and you can also see disk space used after the render, and also disk space currently used. Okay, so it's going to give you all of them, and then you're going to do is just add to render queue, and after it has been rendered, what you can do is just see or just check it out on your own. And if you cannot see how much it is rendered, you can just click on this render queue option over here, and you will basically see how much it is being rendered, and you will get the preview of it. Okay, so basically we are done with these options over here, are these individual workspaces in DaVinci Resolve. From here, you can also go back to home or the project manager. What you do is just close it, and you can also go off the settings. You can customize your master settings to image scaling, color management, general option, camera raw, capture playback, subtitles, Fairlight, and also path mapping. So you can customize it the way you want to, but I also have individual lessons for each and every one of them. So just stay tuned not to skip any part. There are also a couple of these options right over the player where we have is the bypass color grades, then we have is enhanced viewers, and also we have a couple of coders or markers which you will be able to use. So just try fiddling through these options. So this is basically the first part of the workspace and interface. In my second part of this lesson, I'm going to show you all about the tabs step by step. So without any further ado, let's move on to our next part of workspace and interface. And if you have any confusion about any part of the lesson, feel free to ask me. I'm always there to help you. So without any further ado, let's just move on to our next part of this lesson.